What's up, Scarlet, bringing you another Scarlet and Violet DLC breakdown analysis video. So in this video in particular, it is, well, I should start out by saying that I didn't really finish what I said from the last part that we did, because I forgot to mention about Poltergeist, so I might as well put it here before we get to the final stuff, because this is the final breakdown analysis of all things Scarlet and Violet, unless they're expanding it further, which I highly doubt, because it could be another Pokemon Legends game, or it could be like the middle version, if there is gonna be one. I really don't know what's gonna be the middle version of Scarlet and Violet if they do that. But yeah, let's talk about Poltergeist. So pretty much Poltergeist, from the trailer that we seen in the last episode, if you were paying close attention, and you know, most people probably already seen it from the TLMS gameplay, because it was the week of, and well, when I posted that video it was kind of after the fact, but nonetheless, the video that was in question, every kid was going into like this Japanese cultural theater room of him telling a story of Poltergeist, and that it started a long time ago. Well, maybe not that long ago, I'm not really sure, because they did reference a Pokemon that I don't know if it existed all this time or if it was recent, but they mentioned that this guy was a perfectionist, and that, you know, when it comes to the tea ceremony, you know, he was saying, oh, it's too hot, you can't speak during the utensils, you can't step over the utensils, and like anybody that worked for him, that they were tired of his shit pretty much. So eventually he became like a very lonely person. There's this particular, I think they called it like a chander or something like that he fixed together using Machi, and he put it aside, and with the power of neglect, it kind of became this ghost Pokemon that kind of had the spirit of this person in a way, where, you know, he was the perfectionist that get kind of angry if you don't do stuff right. And it kind of also had like different aspects to it as well, where like when it got brought to life, you know, it still had a temper if it, you know, if something isn't done right, and it had this tendency to repair things whether it needs to or not, because if it sees a broken cup, it'll fix that, but then it would look at a power outlet, and this is why I'm not sure if it's recent times or not, because I don't think they had power outlets, or if it's back then, if it was neglected for 100 years or whatever, because they also have smartphones and stuff, that it would sprinkle into power outlets to clog them up because it believes that's broken. And like I said, whether it needs to be fixing or not, if it perceives it to be broken, it would try to fix it. And it would also sprinkle Machi onto these people with all this green stuff, and it would kind of drain their energy, as a lot of ghost Pokemon tend to do. I'm not sure why this person took a picture of themselves while having this. I guess they thought it was cute or whatever. But yeah, it was an interesting story nonetheless. Like Poltergeist, it is based off matcha, as you could tell. Matcha is used to repair stuff, and it has like this green residue. They repaired the hammer of Tinkerton, I think that's they said his name. Besides matcha being the common folk repairing thing, a lot of people use kintsugi. I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, but it's kind of like a gold material to put over that stuff, so when you know it's broken, it has like the golden outline. So I find that pretty interesting. But towards the end of the video, all these kids are falling asleep because it's there, damn it, and this kid's dropped this cotton candy and such. It made them all fall asleep, and then the guy telling the story realizes that he's like, oh, well, I didn't realize this cup that I had that was broken before is fixed now with matcha. Oh, why is my skin glowing? It's green now. And then he falls asleep. Then realizes that Poltergeist was there the whole time. So yeah, that's basically what the gist is. I really like this Pokemon design and everything. I think it's pretty clever. And believe it or not, with Poltergeist, it is not like Poltegeist counterpart. It is kind of reversed. It's kind of closer related to Sinistea than it is to Poltergeist. It also has like this opposite effect where it's when it evolves, it turns into a different Pokemon. Now while I go to this other video so you guys could take a look as well, just to show a little bit of his gameplay, because the evolution is called Sinistra, which seems to be closer to Sinistea, and it looks closer to Sinistea. So it's rather weird why they kind of have like a different dynamic, because other variants of other Pokemon that are like Diglets and Dugtrios and Wiglets, all that stuff, they seem to be closer than it actually is, but they're different species. It's the same case for this. Here's Sinistea and Poltergeist interacting, and yeah, that's pretty much it. There wasn't really much to it, because you know what the reveal trailers, they kind of show it small and everything. It's like a minute long or whatever. A Pokemon from the land of Kitakami, I think is pretty clever. It's a grass ghost type and everything. I just find like Sinistra kind of odd. I kind of like Poltergeist a lot better, but it mega drains the Poliwag, and the area that it's in is even clever. Well, I don't know about clever, but you know what I mean. There's like a fountain in the background while I was talking to the Sinistea. Something else that I didn't mention is I had mentioned it, but with the whole Mew, all the Terra types, you know, it gets randomized. So when you do pick this up using the code, depending on what Terra type you have, the 4th move slot that I had mentioned in the last episode would have that move of that type. So you could use the Terraform type. And I didn't know that at the time, because like I looked it up during editing, and that's pretty much what I found. There was also the move with Hariyama. I wasn't really sure if it was legendary or not until I looked at it, and I'm like, oh yeah, Hariyama did use Upper Hand, and it does seem like a common move, but I'm not sure how common it is, and I don't know if there's like more to it than that, because like I said, it can be horseshit if he has Fake Out and Upper Hand, so there was that going for us. But nonetheless, let's go to the actual video, the final trailer and everything. It starts off with the Violet Trainer, because of course it does, looking at some type of, I don't know if this is the terrarium entrance or something like that, because I could swear it was on the boat before, but it's in front of this building. Or it could be where Area 0 is, now that I think about it. Yeah, now that I think about it, it is, because like it just did like a sky view with the Game Freak logo then going down. I wonder why they started immediately like this. Everything's all crystallized, because it is Terraform related. You see big ass crystals along with the special tree, which is the secrets of all the terraforming, I'm pretty sure. It might be also where Terrapagos is at. Yanma's and Corfish, Carmine and Kieran, I believe. But the trainer's getting followed by the Vulpix into the plaza with the squirrel Pokemon and some stuff that we've seen before. Kieran with the mask, the Ogerpon one that is, and Diplin, and that dude's selling candy apples, so that's where that lady got it from. The trainer being confronted by Ogerpon on the stairs. Okidogi, Monkey Dory, Fencidipity. And then Perrin, can't tell what that, oh no, that's a Pisuian Growlithe. Okay, that's interesting. Kieran going battling, and then the Ogerpon with the new form of the mask with the trainer with the Clefairy. And like I said, I do know about the other forms of Ogerpon. Cyrano in the library. Are y'all ready to kick off your studies abroad at Blueberry Academy? Then the Violet Trainer running to the Blueberry League. Part 2, the Indigo Disc. Totodile there with the Cincino. I'm pretty sure that's his name. I get Cincino and Mincino mixed up all the time. The trainer with the Elite Four member, I think it's Drayton, one of the teachers around with the class. There's Carmine sending out Toucannon and Mightyena. And then with Diplin and the evolution of Quagsire, I think it's Clodsire, something like that, right? Or did I say the evolution of Quagsire? I meant the evolution of Chalky Boy, little Whooper, because I would like the chocolate Quagsire and then it evolves into Clodsire, but it didn't work out that way. Alolan Vulpix and Alolan Ninetales, I still don't know how any Alolan forms came to be around this area. Joltix and Galvantula with all the electric webs in this electric crystal room. It's reminiscent on the Charstone Cave, and I really like the electric webs. I think that's a nice touch. I really like that Pokemon. Galarian Slowpokes? Interesting. I'm feeling like there's a lot more different types of Pokemon here. There's like a view of the place, of the whole Terradome, the Terrarium, not the Terradome. It's not the Dimsdale Dimmadome, damn it. Lacey over here. Here at Blueberry, we have lots of extracurricular tasks you can do called Blueberry Quests, or just BBQs for short. I could use a good steak right about now. I mean, I don't think that's the barbecue she's talking about. A trainer there with Koraidon and then the Miraidon. I think this is the This is more of like, you know, online friends type of thing. Find 3 Ditto blocks in the Savannah biome. All of them going together, and hey, they found one of the Dittos. I guess that's like a little mini game, but that's not the first time the Ditto had turned into something, because Ditto in the anime turned into like a portrait and a cannon, so it can turn into other things. It doesn't just turn into Pokemon. So it is kind of interesting. It disguised himself as a 3D world platform for Mario. They're all posing, and that kid does the Z move from Sun and Moon. Would you like to help me out by participating in an amazing experiment I'm working on? Says Sinclair. So I don't think it shows it in the trailer, but they called something, I believe called Synchro Mode, where you could have the perspective of a Pokemon and play as them. And there might be like a radius, so you know, the farther you go, the weaker the signal is. And it has a different dynamic when you're playing the game, and it does it for every single Pokemon, because it kind of shows the example right here with Pikachu, with all the mouse Pokemon or the Pikachu-like clones, and with Hangry Mang rather, Dedenne, and then Palmet, or whatever that one's name is. But yeah, like I said, it does it to all the other Pokemon as well, which kind of makes me think, like, I feel like there's a way to mod it, so like you could play as any Pokemon you want through the beginning of the game. Like, imagine that, you just play as that. There could be so many attempts of different fan-made games with the bases and resources of Scarlet and Violet alone, if you could just do any Pokemon. Like, imagine playing as a Blaziken, and another playthrough you could play as a Giratina. Like, that'd be insane. And all of them with the Synchro... Is this called Synchro Mode? Hang on, let me check. Synchro Machine, that's what it's called. And back to the room right here where you could customize anything and have gym leaders visit you and other trainers, such as Elite Four members. And you know, they mentioned that there's because there's some people that played the game early that has a whole list with a bunch of question marks and some trainers that they had unlocked, that there's going to be 23 trainers in total. You know who it is, baby. The school. It's filled with the smell of the new, the modern. The fuck are you talking about, Chief? This looks like the Steel Room. It has Skarmory in the background and the Blitzel, some other trainers there. Kofu. Larry, just the foodie I want to see. I need your input on some. Alright, and then it's the plant room, or at least I would like to call it that. I don't know, it's the oddish. And then like a little Hoppip Bull in the corner. I know that I've seen that face somewhere, but I haven't met him in the game yet. But Iono. So we can't contract it up. Let's trade it up. Want to swap some Pokemon? And she actually trades you the her own Magnemite. And like I said, it's similar to the whole Jasmine thing with Steelix. And that's not like the only example. Like, you could trade Surge to have his Pikachu, and it's like a French Pikachu or something like that. And depending which game you're playing, of course, like whatever country it is, it could be swapped for a different country. Because I'm pretty sure in the French version or even the Japanese version, you get an American Pikachu or something like that. And Brock even gives you a Bonsley for a traded Mon. So yeah, it's kind of interesting that you get the Magnemite. Also, I was like, not that long ago, I discovered that the shit on her head, like, I know she mentioned that they're just like practically like earrings or a headset. I feel like that's way too high in technology to just be a headset. I thought that they were just, you know, besides being head accessories, that those Magnemites were Pokemon, but still being head accessories. I just couldn't do the mental gymnastics to understand that. But yeah, no, she was telling the truth, and I still would have liked to see the Magnemites be Pokemon, because, you know, it would have been pretty nice, you know, just outside of like the Magneton that we did end up getting. And people were saying that like they noticed on other versions of the game, like Sword and Shield, that they thought that it was a Dustox variation of a head bow or something like that. I never really looked into that, but the Magnemites, it for sure fooled me. But I mean, it would fool anybody. Like, those things were alive. Like, they didn't, the technology just doesn't make sense. All right, that's all it is. Then there's Braxius, I believe his name was, with the Breloom, with this rematch. Iono's Magnemite, that's what it says when you send it out. So this guy, he's important because he will get you the legendary Pokemon with all his wisdom and how he encountered them. I really don't know how or who he is to meet these Pokemon and not do a damn thing about them, and then got to us to do it. But sure enough, these snacks I make are very special treats, made just to taste of certain Pokemon. Yeah, he's talking about literally legendary Pokemon here. With one of my snacks in hand, you may find yourself running into quite spectacular Pokemon. Where is he, Gordon Ramsay? Like, what the hell? So yeah, there's a Suicune just chilling here on the ocean side, or the lake side rather. Moltres on the other side, Kubfu, which is the first time that Kubfu and then 2 other legendary Pokemon will have a chance to shine, no pun intended. The trainer right in front of Rayquaza on top of a mountaintop. Articuno, Entei, Zapdos, Moltres, Suicune. Like, all of the legendaries. There's 25 in total. Cobalion, Terrakion, Virizion, Latios, Spectre, and Glacier, some shit like that. I ain't got it. I haven't really came across it, but Calyrex is in the picture. But the 3 Pokemon though, the 2 horses and the Kubfu, has the first opportunity to get shiny hunted, because they were shiny locked before. You couldn't get them as a shiny Pokemon, and now you guys can. Then we got Ho-Oh and Lugia. We got Necrozma, Lunala, Solgaleo, Groudon, Kyogre. We already saw the Rayquaza before. Zekrom, Reshiram, Kyurem. They got their own special thing because everybody is very prepared and waiting for Legends Unova or something like that. I call them, I challenge the flying time trial. Alright. So yeah, they were saying that you got the permanent chance of flying after you get to a certain point. They're showing the Elite Four of the Blueberry League. You're about to learn that cuteness is real strength. There was a theory when it comes to the Unova people that I mentioned before that Drayton's related to Drayden, but then a lot of people is getting the idea that Lacey could be related to Clay because there's like crystals within, and he's been a very huge part of Unova, you know, with the World Tournament and him being really rich because he's a miner looking for really big diamonds and such, and really found a gold mine if anything. And it could be also a lot of hints when it comes to Unova being the first to find the Terra stuff, so that's why a lot of people are doing the connections with the Unova games, possibly being the next Legends Arceus related thing, maybe being Legends Kieran. It is kind of a cool thought, like that whole gem behind Clay when you're facing him as a gym leader could be a Terra diamond itself, or some type of, you know, like I don't know if that's what it's called, like the Herba Mystica or whatever, like the crystallized tree, or just a crystallized diamond in general. Besides that, there was like some stuff of TCG I don't know if I should mention, because there was the 151 one and then there was the other one as well where there's Armor Rouge and, you know, the Paradox Rift, I think that's what it was called, with the Iron Gardevoir Gallade. I forgot what it was called, but you see it on screen. Okay. Does the Fire Dude actually has a Executor with the Magmortar? What? You have an Executor along that? And Drayton over here, ready to get blasted to smithereens. I won't leave you anywhere to run. Well, why would you run from a battle, bro? You can't. There's the starter Pokemon. Whoa, what was that though? Like right next to... What was next to the water starter? What was that? It's a Pokemon I'd never seen before. That was weird. The fire starter. Flygon attacking Dragonite and the Ghoul Gold guy. Sorry for not knowing his name, I forgot. But Dragonite's attacking with this ace along with Flygon, and then he's laughing. I don't know why, he's just, the exterior seems like he's all tough, but then like during battle he seems like the nicest guy. And everybody was blown away by this thing right here, because in a weird way, like, we didn't see Terrakion or a different Paradox of Entei. They're withholding that, which is interesting, so we won't find out till the day of when it releases for the Indigo Disc. But this would be the highlight of the whole trailer. This is Kieran, who is now an evil persona of himself. I didn't recognize him when I watched the trailer. I thought he was a completely different person, but they were saying that the headdress of it, because when people were playing Teal Mask, it turns out that, yeah, Ogerpon was innocent, and Ogie Dokie, Monkey Dory, and Fenzendipity were all possessed with the poison chain because of the Peach Pokemon that possessed them with full on evil. So whatever happened with that towards the end of it, because we see Kieran like, you know, feeling like he's neglected and feeling down and all that, and almost like a venomized symbiote had attached itself to him and became evil. So I mean, at least he looks better instead of the weird bangs he had before, because now it's tied up. And the Peach Pokemon, I really don't know what its name is attached to this guy, like directly to his brain. And you know, at least it has like a long-term storyline from part 1 and part 2 to tie this thing neatly together. So that's kind of interesting. I don't know how strong he got in that short amount of time, but at least the whole story pieces are together. But yeah, at least the Peach Pokemon is a reference finally, because we saw apple trees around Kitsukami, so I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, where's the peaches? And yeah, the peach is the reference. And they kind of flipped the story on its head from the story that I mentioned before with the origins. Because just in case you don't know, the whole story was based on this kid that was founded who had a peach. And like, this kid was like really strong for some reason, that he's able to cut down a big ass tree with just like a rusted knife. And as he grew up, like I think kind of closer when he was 15, he was with a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant that completely took down this fortress full of ogres and demons and such. And you know, was he found in a peach or something like that? It was something like that. But the peach is alongside, you know, the kid and the 3 other animals. So I was always wondering, where the fuck is the peach in the story? And that is what it is. It's the peach that gave everything the poison chain. So that's what it means, because like I'm pretty sure the kid and the animals were also portrayed as like the good beings, and you know, the ogres and demons that had the fortress were ran out were always the evil thing. So it's kind of interesting that Pokemon, like I said, flipped it on his head. But Scorbunny and Chimchar with the Piplup, Tepig, Trico, and Squirtle. I see the crystals in the background too. Those are the platforms. Totodile, Fennekin, and Snivy. What was it, the president or some shit? I forget. This Gita though. And Briar, I'm pretty sure you get to battle. There's Cyclozar. And a lot of people are thinking that this girl is the one from Team Star that we've seen before. Kind of a weird look, but yeah. I already knew about this with the Ogerpon, different forms with like the fire mask, the water mask, and the dark mask, and the grass mask, if that's what it's called. Blood Moon, Ursaluna, Raikou with the Paradox, Shocking, Amanda Buzz, Cobalion, Iron Crown with the Golem is attacking, Crydon and Miraidon flying through the air towards, because it almost looked like the camera was zooming in into the crater, but we now see that the trainer's in the Crystal Cave while they're running through the tunnels and stuff. And Crydon and Miraidon are like getting charged up into power, almost like they're unlocking something. Because part of me feels like the Terra type, like the mysterious 19th type, may not just be Rainbow, it could be like Light type that only certain Pokemon could achieve. Because not everybody could get this, I feel. But the floors are cracking from the amount of impact that is going. You see baby Terrapagos, and then the full grown one right here activating. Both the trainers are putting their Pokeball up with all the types going together with their symbol. Then it goes to white, into Terrapagos and this little poster thing. They're really featuring Briar here. I don't know if she's supposed to be... Well, I know that she's not really necessarily the evil villain, but because we see Kieran on the top and Carmine. Carmine's looking at Kieran like, no. I mean, I do like this poster a lot though. But Scarlet and Violet. Alright, the hidden treasure of Area Zero. We will know the truth soon because the game comes out on the 14th, and I really don't know when I could get this video up. Hopefully I could get it on time. But yeah, December 14th, 2023. You guys probably, you know, if you see this on time, then good for you. If I don't get it on time, then it's whatever. At least I completed it. But now you could get the whole bundle of part 1 and part 2 on both Scarlet and Violet. And if you do, then you get some goody stuff, because you could challenge Dialga and Palkia and add Darkrai to your team. You could receive this via mystery gift. And Dialga and Palkia gets the Dragon Terraform. So you have 1 week when the game comes out. You know when I say that. Indigo Disc Part 2 is unleashed. You get 1 whole week from December 21st. Well, the 14th to the December 21st. Besides that, though, I wonder why there's no Giratina. Maybe later. Besides that, though, you can receive a shiny Lucario and claim a Master Ball, which is really interesting, and it's available until January 3rd of 2024, so you have some time. And I really like this art, so yeah, I think that's pretty worth it. Just shiny Lucario for all your troubles. In the Part 2 Indigo Disc release celebration, get festive with mass outbreaks of Pokemon. Everything based off Paldea, Kitakami, and Blueberry Academy. Well, not necessarily. Flabébé is going to be in Paldea. Litwicks are gonna be in Kitakami, and what was this name? Milcria? Because there's Alcremia. Whatever this one's called, I'm gonna put it on screen. It's gonna be found in the Blueberry League. Yeah, quite a bit of news. Because when I originally saw this, I'm like, I'm not really sure. All the clothes right here, and I know that there's different styles of how you could throw the Pokeball as well. Also, Venusaur and Blastoise got new models, and always trying to catch up to Charizard, because Charizard got 2 Megas and got the Gigantamax form, and it wasn't till like later that Venusaur and Blastoise got the attention. But they're talking about connecting to Pokemon Home, so yeah, there's that going for us. Shiny Pokemon are more likely to appear here too, so you got a good chance to get all the Flabébé, Litwicks, and Milceries. And the Poke Portal is released through the mystery gift as well. The shiny Lucario is available at level 75 with the moves Splash Cannon, Aura Sphere, Bullet Punch, and Ice Punch. Its Terra type is Steel, and the ability is Inner Focus, and is from a Cherish Ball. The password is Shiny Buddy with the number 1 on it, and like I mentioned, it has a Master Ball along with it. So all other information, be sure to pause in the video if you want to see. For the Darkrai though, if you want to get that, is New Moon is coming with the O's as zeros and the I as 1. So new M00N 1S C0M1NG. So yeah, that's kind of interesting as well. So be sure to put that in your team. You don't want to miss out on that. A yet undiscovered place within Area 0. During your adventure in the hidden treasure of Area 0 Part 2, the Indigo Disc, you will return to Paldea to descend the Great Crater once more, visiting yet undiscovered place within Area 0. What exactly is the hidden treasure of Area 0, and what is Terrapagos' hidden power? Discover the truth with your own eyes. And we see all these things. Damn. Once you progress far enough in your adventure in the hidden treasure of Area 0 Part 2, the Indigo Disc, you'll be able to use a device called the Synchro Machine to see the world through the eyes of your Pokemon. While synchronized with one of your Pokemon, you'll be able to move them around and have them battle wild Pokemon. A fresh new way to play the game. It appears that the device is still a prototype. You'll be able to use it once you help scientists in the Terrarium with their research. You can also use the Synchro Machine via the Union Circle. You and your friends could experience a world Pokemon together in a brand new way. But yeah, with the Ogerpon, since they already showed it, there's the Teal Mask Ogerpon, Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, Spring Mask Ogerpon, Hearth Flame Mask Ogerpon. So there's all that, just in case you haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure most of y'all have, considering you're seeing this video and all. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's always kind of interesting that like the Peach Pokemon, it was the biggest highlight with Evil Kieran. So what is it exactly going on with all that? Because no one really knows. Because if you think about it, like there's not many evil Pokemon going out throughout the world. So to see it be like that is very interesting. But besides all that, that is going to be it for this video. If you like this video, don't forget to press that like button. If you really like this video, please consider watching another one of my videos. I play the video games, and if you like playing video games, you might like my stuff. With that being said, the next time, Generation 10, I guess, because this is it. This is the last video before like the Indigo Disc comes out, and that's it for all the Scarlet and Violet stuff. So yeah, I mean, unless there's gonna be an additional legendary Pokemon, we're pretty much finished with Scarlet and Violet. It's been pretty interesting to say the least. I still gotta catch up with my game, so that's what I'm gonna do very soon. So Besides that, white tigers and dragons to you, and you've been Scarlet by the Night. I'm out.